Welcome to this series where we are taking a look at the 1.8 update for Empyrion Galactic Survival, which was released in June 2022. And in this part, what I want to do is carry on with the main mission, which means that we've got to go to Ancient Revelations. So we've got to go and find a destroyed small vessel in orbit around the barren planet. But before I do that, I just want to give you an update with respect to the mining SV that I built or put together in the last part. And there's two things I want to talk about. The first thing is that somebody asked in the comments about putting together a mining SV, which is after I actually made the video. And what they said is they wanted one that was warp enabled. To be honest, you don't really need a warp enabled SV, because really sending an SV with its carry capacity and limited defenses to another system can be quite high risk. So what you really want to do is always have the SV working with the CV, and that's for two reasons. One, that you can when the SV fills up, you can go and unload in the CV, but more importantly, especially when you're out in space, what you need is the firepower of the CV to provide defensive overwatch against drones, especially once you get away from this initial starting system, which is the one we're currently exploring here. Because once you get out into the general galaxy, which we will do, because I can almost guarantee that I know the fact that the mission will take you out there, life gets a lot more interesting. And also, if you plan to play Reforged Eden in the future, it's certainly a habit to get into, because space is a lot more dangerous when you play Reforged, even Project Eden. In fact, the whole game gets a lot more dangerous. Now, before we leave and go to the barren planet, I just want to give you a bit of an update about how to get ice blocks on a cold planet. Now, if I pull round here, you see there's mountains over there that have got a greyish tinge. But if you find a crop of mountains like this that are all white, what you can do is you just come in, get in close. And this is probably one of the most efficient ways to mine ice blocks. And if you get in and start mining through here, what you're literally doing is just taking off the top surface, and you can, by just mining off the top snow here, and you can see that we're already filling the ship up pretty quickly. We're up to 37% already. Right, we're up to 62%. You don't go too deep. Otherwise, what you do is you start getting the stone underneath. We'll just oops, and we'll just crash the stones. We already got 1,578. I'm only just going to pick up the one load, although I will be tempted to kind of swoop in and get that little free storage. So yep, I think that fills it up there. So we've got 1,999 ice blocks in literally, what, 2 minutes? But what I will do is we'll just pick up these raw pentaxid while we're here. This raw pentaxid is still a little bit kind of dodgy. We really need to find a pentaxid asteroid to ensure that we've got that there. Because of course, one thing I would like to be able to do is make the laser ammunition, but that needs I can't remember what it's called now. It needs a lot of pentaxid. It's probably the best way to say it. Anyway, guys, I'm just gonna get back to the capital vessel. Hopefully, you see that I've cleared away the convoy marker that was here, and I've also rearranged the SVs in the hangar deck. So I'm hoping that I will be able to get this one into the hangar deck a little bit easier than I did before. So we're just gonna be able to. Well, we got down after a fashion. I don't think it's perfect. Yes, don't tell me that. Yeah, it's hangar deck. certainly going to have to think about either extending this CV or getting another CV. In fact, I'm probably a bit tempted now to start thinking about a combat CV because I mean I could take or get rid of the silver shade, but I'm kind of a bit tempted to keep it for the moment. But anyway, this is docked after a fashion, and what we'll do is put this into the Pioneer. And what you see now is I've got well, nearly 16,000 ice, which should keep me going for quite some time. I want to make sure that is docked. Yeah, it is. So what we're going to do now is just get up into space, and we'll be on our way to the barren planet. Yeah, I mean, long term, I would probably like to make the Pioneer into a carrier, which means we will need to expand it. Put the turrets and weapons on. I switched the turrets and weapons off simply because to stop it killing golems. And if I do make this into my carrier CV, what we'll need to do is work on a combat CV, so that, and then what the strategy will be then is that the carrier CV will be operating by parking near the sun in a safe location, and then it'll be the combat CV that will be taking the grief to the opposition. Right, it's just where is the barren planet? Let me see. All right, it's Simos. It looks like very much is where we're going. This barren metal. Oh, it's got Estrin and Zarcosium. If it had a pentaxid asteroid, it would be perfect. We're certainly going to be checking out these. And of course so off we go. Build up speed, get to 100%, press K, and away we go. Right. It looks like we've already got a marker where we're going, where the small vessel is. I've got an idea where the small vessel it would be. Probably going to be in the middle of a minefield or something like that, if I remember correctly. What we're going to do is get up speed, head for the small vessel. What we're going to do is head for that there, seeing it's on the way. And I'll see once we get to this asteroid and find out what it is. Okay, that's just the silicon asteroid. Not worth the effort. Okay, guys, here we are. We're just approaching this area here, and it's a big, dense cluster. And I'm absolutely certain this is a minefield. So we certainly don't want to go blundering into this using the capital vessel. The capital vessel's too big and not maneuverable enough, so we're just going to level off here. Leave the ship. I think we can leave the thrusters on. And we're going to go out. I can't remember if I got my EVA boost on. No, I haven't. I'm going to need the EVA boost. Okay, guys, so I found it. Helps if I actually look at the right place. So I've kind of confused myself. Need to offload that. Put that in there. So we've now got the EVA. And we'll just go up here. There, plenty of power. There's ancient renovations, chapter 5, fine vessel. Yes, I know, but what we've got here is a minefield. There's also lots of little crash ships and things tucked in here as well that are worth looting. But what you've got to do is just find your path in. This destroyed small vessel there, that's probably where we got to go. But you also see in there that it says control station, and that's somewhere else where we got to go. But we're just get in here now. These proximity mines aren't that sensitive, he says. For there's access there. Find vessel, reduce speed, several energy signatures detected. Active signatures, a minefield. Yeah. What we can do is just get in. Well, the signals were lost all of a sudden. I'm not sure there's anything in this. Investigate the control station. Yeah, we're just gonna take a look at the small vessel. I'm not sure if there's anything in here that's kind of worth looting. I mean, we've got some stuff in here that would be worth picking up. Doubt very much. No fuel or anything in it. I mean, if you're looking for some basic components, like, I mean, I don't know, this has actually got a core in it. It's just no, you can still kind of pick out some. Here we've got fuel tanks. I think I saw a thruster as well. Little small thruster there. I mean, there's some loot here that could be worth picking up if you really need it, but where we're going is going to be. Oops, I think I've just picked up a port core. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, it's okay, but put the light on so I can see. Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to head for the control station. Let's just check out this destroyed vessel. This looks a little bit more promising. See what we got in here. Right, this one's got hardened steel blocks in it. So cannot pick up inventory full. Yes, well. We've only got the thingy, so it's reasonable, I suppose. Oops. Control, got some steel plates. Let's have a quick look through and see what we can find. We've got some tier 2 fuel tanks here. That gives us some cobalt. Probably wasting. Got a couple of loot boxes. I'll take to see if there's anything here. Nothing particularly great. One there, just by destroying them, we can pick them up. Downside of destroying things like this is that if you haven't got the capacity, things get a little bit messy. Anyway, I can always come back if I really need these. So we're gonna get back into here, and what we need to do now is just find that control station. Where have you gone? It is. We'll just level off, drop down again. We're looking for an entrance. I think it will be on That's the loot box. Check the console. Yep. So its entrance is just here. Offload stuff. Now, if I remember correctly, there's no hostiles in here. Here's the console. Got the obligatory radar. Oh, there's a massive lag spike then. Error, error, error. Retry. Question. Something. Minefield control hub. Punch the console. Override code accepted. Please make your choice. Deactivate minefield. Unexpected error occurred. Do you want to send the error information to the server's crew? Restart. This is an open application running message 239. Close anyway. Show message. Lumerian exploration crew second commander Fract Elite. This is a warning to the pilot approaching this station. Hold your distance, pick up the message and relay it to Polaris HQ. The Empyrion is heading for this planet but was not under any our control. To anyone who's reading this code, Amiga, destroy this whole ship. We picked up something which killed the entire crew and has taken control of the ship. We've managed to survive long enough to find the station and send the recorded warning, but no doubt we were already dead. Do not search for survivors. I repeat, destroy the ship and this station as well with the strongest weapons you have, but do not leave even dust. So I am so sorry, Chief. St. John was absolutely right from the beginning. We might have revived the dark times. Maybe the galaxy will forgive us. Deactivate the console. I think there are loot boxes in here. No, that doesn't work. Got to go in there. But I'm sure there is a loot box in here. Let's have a look. We'll fly around. Actually, we probably just walk around actually. Get rid of this. Got some sniper ammunition. And this switch should activate things, but it's not active. Okay. Oh, this one. Ah, there we are. I knew there was a loot box in here somewhere. Nothing particularly great, but we'll take it anyway. Got some drill. There used to be one on each side. I don't know if but they have. This has been changed quite a lot over time. Go back and see whether this is on a sequence. Yes, there is 2 in here. We've got some anti-toxic medicines as well. And I think that is it. I don't think there's anything else in here. We'll just have a look around. We are picking up a little bit of radiation, but the suit is protecting us. I think that is it. Because what we've got here is the teleporter derelict ship. Use the teleporter, find way in. Okay. Here I go. We're going to be flying back through space because I won't be able to go back the opposite way. It says here, find way into ship. Yep, this is the Illyrium. I just want to check very quickly. Open the hangar door. Ah, yeah. This is the updated ship where the hangar door's in the center. In the past, it's been on the side. All we got to do is go down there. Don't flick this switch because all it will do is blow up. Anyway, see if we can get back because there's no point coming over here working with the teleporter. Simply because this is a great loot opportunity. Therefore, what you need to do is get in with as much carry capacity as you can. In fact, the next step in this mission is a major capital vessel if you do it right. Well, it used to anyway. What we got to do now is don't assume that the mines have been disabled. Just keep away from them. And we've got to find the Pioneer. Where are you? Actually, I'm going to break my own rule here. I just want to sky out and check that asteroid. It's only 3 kilometers away. So, just to see if this is a rare asteroid like Zirconium or Esterium. So we're just going to sky out and check this out. It's Cobalt. Oh well, I mean, Cobalt is worth taking a look at, but if it'd been Esterium or Zirconium, we would have certainly have. So here we are, we're just breaking through the atmosphere. Right, we've got another Explorer token. New type, planet type discovered, barren metal. Earned Explorer tokens. Right. And we're just gonna take a quick look at, wow, so we got 25 Estrum on here, 40 Zirconium, some carbon substrate, copper, 9 gold, 18 Promethium, cobalt and silicon. It looks like we may even get some interesting bases to take down. We are certainly going to be exploring this planet before we leave this system. Anyway guys, we're just going to get back up into space and head for the derelict vessel, and I'll see you once we actually arrive. Okay guys, welcome back. What I've done is I've been working towards the derelict ship, and I've kind of picked up various asteroids, and I've just found this Promethium asteroid here. And also I've noticed that this system actually has a moon as well, which is over there, which we're probably going to be checking out. Oops, where's the, lost the asteroid. Oops. There is a asteroid here somewhere. There it is. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to dive in and mine out this Promethium asteroid while we're here. Might as well. Problem's going to be getting out into space. And where are we? There it is. And we're just going to get in here and mine out this asteroid. Looks like there may not be that much Promethium here, but all Promethium is useful. So what I'm going to do now is we're just going to mine out the Promethium. Okay guys, welcome back. I think I've got virtually everything in the asteroid. You can see I've kind of dug into it from various directions. There's a few odd little bits and pieces there, but I think I've got most of it. Now, while I was actually mining this, I did get, my capital vessel did fire a few shots, but I can't see a drone or anything here. Just to show you, I've got 1,334 Promethium. I'm pretty sure Alien have nerfed the Promethium asteroids. I'm sure I've got more from that in the past. Kind of bit over there. Anyway, let's just get back to docking with the ship. Of course, I didn't orientate the ship. So this is going to make things a little bit tricky. What we're going to have to do, see if I can. I think we got an approximate orientation. So if I kind of swing round like that. Yeah, it's very important that when you're going to launch a ship from a CV, that you press the O key first so that they orientate to the same plane, because it makes life a lot easier when it comes to docking. But I think we'll be able to get in and dock a bit. I think if I can managed to dock. Yes. I think my my docking is getting worse actually. Was you're gonna put this into the Pioneer work? I mean, we got quite a lot of Promethium, but Promethium has like water, has a bit of a nasty habit of disappearing very quickly if you're not careful. So we're just gonna get back into the ship. Got all the thrusters and everything on, and we're gonna get back in the direction of the derelict ship, and I'll see you when we get there. So here we are, we're just coming up on the derelict ship, and I'll just give you a bit of a flyby. And because this is probably one of the biggest POIs that you will do in the vanilla game. I won't say in Reforged, because there's some monster of POIs in Reforged Eden. It's also probably the biggest opportunity to build a carrier, because well, you used to be able to core this. I mean, it's changed slightly, and so therefore it may not be coreable. But if you can core this still, you can see purely from the resources on this ship, you will be able to, well, be able to build a massive carrier from it. Now, I've got the entrance is down a bit. Booked on. Now, what you want to do is try and place the capital vessel somewhere, because we managed to get inside the ship. Right, we're just going to orientate in there. Now, one tip I will give you, if you see, oops, sorry about this guys, but what I'm trying to do is get the capital vessel in position alongside the actual ship, and just see there's a hatch along here, and this would be quite important once we actually get inside and start moving. Also, for some reason, I think there's almost like a gravitational effect with respect to the ship. I was going to turn the thrusters off. We'll just leave the capital vessel nestling in there. I'm hoping that I can get what we're going to do is we're going to give you a better view now with the mobility. So we got a loading dock there, which is going to be quite important. But by having the capital vessel there, we should have Wi-Fi range. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to come over here and put the SV right smack bang in the center if it will land, because right there is the actual entrance. So we're just going to come there. Actually, it just occurred to me, what is the state of my armor? Rubbish, that's no good. Okay guys, we're just going to have to scoot very quickly back to the capital vessel. We don't need to land, we just got to be near it. So we're just going to get here, use the top ports. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty tough POI, so you certainly want to go in with some good armor, also some good oxygen. So we'll just go there. In fact, let's just have a look at what we can put on to kind of make our life a little bit better. I forgot that I've been a bit negligent with respect to my armor. Okay, but we got heavy armor, jetpack boost, not quite so important. Insulation boost, armor. I'm gonna keep the EVA just for the moment. I think just to keep things simple, we'll just put this on. Jetpack boost isn't so important because the ship will have won't have gravity all the time, and we can just use the jetpack to float around. Certainly want that. We'll put the EVA on. Temperature insulation. I think I want to put one of those on for a reason which I'll explain in a little while. Right. We'll put I don't think I've got any more multi boosts. Let me just take a look at my Pioneer trade items. No, we don't have a lot in the way of multi boosts. It's actually a little bit disappointing, actually. Let's see. Yeah, I could really do another multi boost. I think a little bit of radiation, but actually, it just occurred to me. We are going to keep the insulation. We've got that gives us minus 15 heat protection. That's not what I need. Actually, yeah, sorry, I'm being a bit indecisive here. I'm going to take a insulation boost because there is a section in the game where what happens is you end up very close to some thrusters, and those thrusters get very hot. So at the tradesman's entrance. So a little bit of insulation, heat protection can actually help. Look at these nice big thrusters on the side here. I know I'm getting a bit distracted of that. See, got another 2 large enclosed thrusters here. So if you can loot this ship down, you've got the potential for a mega ship. Can't remember if there's actually, there's only 2 on one side if I remember correctly. Oh no, there's another one there. So you've got potential of 4 large thrusters. Anyway, guys, I'm getting distracted. Oops. Ha. What we're going to do is just get into here again. I'm going to put the other thing you're also going to need in this ship is a pile of ammunition. In fact, I'm not sure what the ammunition situation is. In fact, I need to offload. I can go into trade items. We'll put this just into ammunition. Well, get rid of you. Probably won't need the core straight out of the box. We've got a long way to go. Titan main recovery key. We don't need that. All right, we've only got 13 missiles. We're probably going to need more missiles than that as well. Let me just check. Yeah, we're going to take some missiles with us. We don't need the epic drill. I can stay behind. Rocket launcher. We got missiles. We got there. We keep the multi-charge. Don't need the ore scanner. Probably could do with some more meds, but I think we've got a reasonable amount of meds in here. What I will do is take some of these. We're going to need them. And the other thing also is I'm going to take some emergency food packs with me, because it's a very strong possibility we will get out of range of the ship. In fact, I will eat one of those to get from the get-go. Right, so what we're going to do now, yes, I know I'm very comfortable and satisfied. We're going to be, now this is where we got to be a little bit quick-footed. Access the armor locker. take off the EVA boost, put on the insulation. This means that we don't have much pressure, so we've got to get into here very quickly, and we should be okay. Right. So we're now set up, ready to go. It's just to show you the initial step forward. In fact, what we're going to do is going to loop this stuff as well, put this directly into the Pioneer. So we'll just do the top floor here. That can certainly go to the player because we're going to burn through a lot of ammunition. This can go to Pioneer. We'll just shove that in there. More. Oh, we got an armor locker here. Maybe they feel sorry for us. And just there, some more computers. And that's about it. Now, don't flip that switch. The switch you've got to flip is... I do that one? Yep. One we got to do is this one. What this does is it opens up this area here. There's a little bit of a lip there. I cannot access blast. Okay. Now, one thing I will say is, see this door here? There is a point in when you do this POI, it kind of gives you a bit of a problem in the sense that this sends you somewhere, and it is the cargo container maintenance. So remember this door, and also remember that it is the cargo container maintenance, because you can spend a lot of time actually wandering around here looking for this door. Anyway, we're just going to flip that. It says the ship is in full lockdown, but we need to go to the bridge and access the captain's logs. Behind the blast doors, there is a corridor to the left. Yeah, but I think what we'll do, just to finish this off, we're going to just kind of clear this initial area. I think there are some bug uglies in this area. Oh, there used to be. So obviously, there's some cooking in there. Okay. I hate it when the game is kind of compliant there. We're certainly going to be going up. Ah! See what I mean? See, that would teach me. It lulled me into false sense of security. Nope, table. We can't. So there's lots of things we can't access at the moment. This is one of the key points with this POI. That is that there's lots of things that have to be unlocked to be able to move to certain points, and I think the way up is here. This area. We're now on main deck level 3. The bridge is at the top of the crew deck level 7. And I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys, because from now on, life gets a bit involved and, well, and pretty dangerous, actually. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.